Welcome everyone to a brief tutorial on Google Classroom. What this video will be is just a very basic introduction to Google Classroom, and the primary objective is just so that you become familiar of how to access your assignments, especially beginning this first week of school. So again, it's just going to be very basic, and so we'll go into greater detail at a later time on several other videos about how to upload assignments, what are some great apps to access, especially in becoming more familiar with certain apps, and so on. But the primary objective is just to get you started, as your instructors are already assigning you and requiring you to turn in assignments. So, where we're going to begin first and foremost is you want to make sure you are logged in through your school Google account. So the school assigned you, since we're a Google school, we assigned you a Google account. So you're just going to log in, and once you log in, most of the time it will bring you to this page here. Okay. The easiest way to access Google Classroom, in my opinion, and any of your apps really, is you're going to go here to this app grid. Okay, so you see this grid here. Click on it, and you're going to see all the different apps that Google has to offer. And the school has given you students access to so many different apps that are great tools and provide you with great resources. But in just this video, we're just going to talk about Google Classroom, which you see here. So most of the time, you might not see it when it initially pops up, this grid. So you might have to move it around. And again, it might be down here, or you might have to go more from Google and find it. So again, with these apps, though, you can move them around, okay, add them, and just wherever you feel, oh, I'm going to use this more frequently, so just move them around. So also, another great tool that Google offers is the app on your phone. So whether you have a Apple or an Android, just go to the App Store, download the Google Classroom, and just put in the information that you signed in with here today. And it just allows you even more access, and you won't miss any notifications or announcements, and it just keeps you more plugged in and more informed. So, for that purpose. So, we're just going to click here to Google Classroom, as so. Okay. You can see it log up. And here, when you click on your Google Classroom, it's going to bring up all your multiple different classes. Okay. So, this is just a mock-up. So here is my class, period 0, mock English. So, and then you'll see my instructor here. Okay, so from Collegiate Nerd. So on here though, you'll see multiple different classes, periods 1 through 6, and from history to science to Spanish to health and so on. On here also, these notifications here, you'll see these pins. These are just important dates, and I'll go into more detail of what they are as we go throughout the video. But these are just important due dates or assignments that are due, and so on. Just important items that are due within the next couple of days. So they do this so you do not forget about them. So we're just going to click on period 0, mock English here. Okay, and you'll see your banner here with your instructor. Some of them will provide various different types of information. Sometimes you'll see even a Google Meet link, which we'll go into greater detail what that is. But some instructors use the Google Meet link, and I'll inform you what that is, so you don't be alarmed. Some instructors are also using this here, Bitmoji. So these banners are going to be interactive, okay, and so on and so forth. So on here, this is just going to be a very basic introduction to Google Classroom, and so you'll see the banner here. Right here, as well as almost a typical calendar that just tells you what's going to be upcoming, what are due. And then on here, you can also make several posts if you have questions, almost like a message board. And so any of your classmates can see it and they'll be able to reply back to you, or you can reply back to them. Also on this, you'll see this stream here. Just on the stream, it just puts everything out for you. So on here, you'll see your notifications, materials that have been posted, and assignments and quiz assignments as well. But and it can be a bit confusing, so that's why I will go to the next tab in just a moment. But I want to make sure the only purpose you really want to look at for the stream is the announcements here. So on this, your instructors will make some important announcements, whether it's a test or maybe a question. They'll make some kind of announcement, and it'll be here, and you'll see it with your instructor's icon. It'll be different from these types of posts. So this with this clipboard here, and you'll become more familiar with it. The clipboard here, this icon, this indicates an assignment, and this book with a bookmark, these are materials. And I'll show you on the next tab why I like to look at the assignments and materials through that tab and not through this stream. But the purpose of the stream is really just also for announcements or anything newly posted. Okay, they won't be as organized as well, but again, this is just internet. You'll see announcements and notifications, and this is why I strongly encourage all of you to download the app on your phone so that if your instructor makes any kind of notification or change or uploads an assignment, you're going to get notified on your phone and through your email, through your Google Mail, but through your phone as well. It's much more accessible. So let's look here on classwork. So again, I click on classwork, and here you go. So for myself, I like to create different topics, and I'll clearly organize it. So here we have your assignments. So your assignments will have the day it is assigned and title. So day, date, and title, as well as the due date. And the same, okay, with both of these and when they're due and the times, as I stated. In order to access these, all you have to do, very simple, click on it. And at times, like myself, sometimes the instructors and will include instructions either in the document or here where certain other instructions are optional and they're put here. Okay, so your assignment is titled, and sometimes you'll have the instructions here, but here is your actual assignment. And sometimes this could be a Google Doc, and sometimes it can be a different Google form or Google Slides for notes that you would have to do a presentation on. And we'll go into greater detail about all kinds of different items. But for this part and for this purpose, this is a Google Doc. So we're going to have to click on that. You're going to click on the assignment and click on the document for that assignment. And on there, you're just going to put here. And you'll just start answering questions. So if there were questions on here or you got to write an essay, you just start typing. And I will provide a video at a later time that will give you even more information about how to access Google Docs, upload Google Docs into your classroom, or editing and so on and so forth, and all kinds of different items and strategies that to use on your Google Docs. But for this purpose, this is just how to access your assignment. And then you would start typing your essay. Okay, so that's your assignment. So if you find this, you have a pop quiz on Tuesday, so you would click on that and then just click on the quiz, and then you would just do your best to answer. Okay, so those are just various types of assignments. And again, you just click on the assignment and just click on it and just follow the directions. Down here at the bottom are materials. Now materials, they have no due date. They just have the times they were posted. And the purpose of the materials, in my classroom especially, is I like to post the notes and audio recordings or different resources from your assignments. So sometimes you will find that they will be posted inside the assignments, but then I also just take those materials and I will just post them here as well so that you can just quickly reference them. And I like to try to organize them as neatly as possible so that you're not confused. And this is why I strongly encourage you again to, from Stream, make sure to click on classwork because everything will be more well organized. And so you see here an audio recording material, and sometimes that's myself, self-recorded, or it could be a YouTube link or something else. So again, these are just how to access your assignments, and you'll see your materials here. All right. And where it says people here, this is just how to, it just gives you easier access to email not only your instructor, but fellow students as well if you have a question. If you don't have their phone to text, or maybe don't necessarily have a phone number, period, for them, you're just going to click here and you can email not only your teacher, but then there'll be another title here that'll say students, and you'll just click on the fellow student's name. Okay. So again, I hope you found this helpful. This was just a very, very basic introduction to Google Classroom. Again, just as you're getting started, just take your time and just play around with the apps, and we'll have later videos on the Google Apps and all the various strategies and how to upload assignments as well. So again, I hope you found this helpful, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.